One of the most common questions that I get from all over the world is, hey, what's the best fertility diet when trying to conceive? Because there's so much information out there. How do I know what the best thing is? And this question can vary widely from person to person. So in today's video, we're going to go over 3 important things you should know about how to make the best fertility diet for you specifically. So let's get into it. Hi ladies, and welcome back to Fertility Mom. I'm Rose. I'm a functional advanced practice nurse helping women just like yourself from all over the world have happy, healthy babies. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that little bell notification so that you'll know when I upload new content every week. This video, we're going to dive into some maybe new things you haven't heard about fertility diet that's specific for you and your body. This can be kind of a hot topic. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody likes different things. Everyone's body likes different things. And everyone also has different needs for their body as well. So this can be kind of a tricky situation, but we'll talk about 3 things today that you definitely need to know. I use these things in a functional protocol with my own clients, and I see awesome results. Women feel better, they have more energy, they're able to get rid of long-standing health problems or symptoms that they may have had for years, and then they're able to go on to not only get pregnant, but have healthy pregnancies and healthy babies. So very important stuff we're going to go over today. If you're interested in even more nitty-gritty stuff than just what's in this short video, then head down to the pinned comment or in the description box and register for my next upcoming live workshop. You'll be able to get on with me, ask me questions about you specifically, and I'm going to give you much more information, much more strategy, nitty-gritty detail on fertility diet, and way more things having to do with balancing hormones and egg quality and all that kind of good stuff. And you'll even get some fertility recipes as well. So definitely register for that stuff below, and let's get on with it. The first thing is that protein and fat are fertility superfoods. I feel like these guys get a little lost in the mix here in the fertility world because most of the women that I speak to are very focused on their carbohydrate intake. They tell me, oh, I'm trying to cut out sugar and cut out desserts, and I'm trying to decrease my carbohydrates. And it's really not about amount of carbohydrates necessarily, depending on the woman. It's really about quality of those carbohydrates and how they are mixed in with your fat and your protein. But fat and protein give you a certain nutrient profile. Your body needs certain ingredients to do all the things it needs to do. So we need to make sure we're getting a minimum of certain things. So bare minimum for protein should be 60 grams per day. Most of the women that I work with need more than that, 70, 75, 80, 85 grams per day. You may need even more than that depending on your activity level and your muscle mass and all of that kind of stuff. Your protein sources should be really good quality as well. Quality matters. You want to go for grass-fed meats, wild-caught fish, and if you're a vegetarian or you really like tofu, go for fermented soy products. Those are really, really nutritious and will help you fill in that protein gap if you're a vegetarian. In terms of fat, we need fat to fuel fertility. Okay, we don't want to be on any kind of low-fat diet. You don't necessarily have to be on a high-fat diet like keto necessarily, but you should be making sure that you're getting adequate fat per day. Also, fat helps you to absorb nutrients from your food. So if you don't have enough fat at certain meals, those nutrients are being left on the table and you're actually not absorbing them even though you may be eating them. So you want to have good quality fats like avocados, nuts and seeds. Olives are a really great source. Olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, all really, really quality fat sources for you. And you want to get rid of really high inflammatory seed oils. Definitely want to take a look at your ingredient lists, take a look at your cabinet and see what you're cooking with, and swap those oils out if you need to. The second thing is that elimination is not always necessary and it should be tailored to you. I talk to a lot of women who are removing entire food groups like gluten and dairy and all sorts of things because they've been told that it will improve their fertility. And while that is true for many women, it's not true for everyone, and it can end up being a very stressful, burdensome way of eating, especially if it's not necessary for you. So that's the type of thing that when you start removing foods, it really needs to be tailored to you, your medical history, how your body reacts, and all that kind of stuff. Now, there are some things that we should be removing anyways, and those are things like fast food, soda, ultra-processed foods, things like that. These are things that do contribute to infertility, and they do actually make conception times longer. There have been studies done that show couples that consume fast food frequently, they have a much, much longer time to conception than those who do not. So if you're eating a lot of fast food, decrease it over time and then completely eliminate it after a couple of weeks if you're someone who loves it. If you're someone who really, really loves it, maybe just have it once a month and really plan that out. Ultra processed foods, these are foods that are really made with a lot of chemical ingredients, lab made ingredients. They're not natural at all. So you'll want to look at the back of your labels and see what is in the food that you're buying, and try to really move towards minimally processed things. A minimally processed food is something where you look at the label, you recognize what's on there, you can say all the names, and if you were forced to, you could buy all the ingredients to make that product yourself. So that's kind of a good rule of thumb. If you're looking at the back of a thing and it's got 57 things listed there and you're like, I can't name 30 of these, it's probably an ultra processed food that you should stay away from. So those are the things that you should be eliminating. In terms of gluten and dairy and other things, I'll be doing entire videos about those things because they're super hot button topics and it's not really right for everyone. So hit me down in the comment box below if you guys have questions about those two topics, and I'll be getting to those in a couple of weeks. The third thing is that your fertility diet should be enjoyable and sustainable. You should not be hating everything that you eat. You should not have taken out everything that you love to eat. Consistency is key here. When we're trying to improve fertility and improve egg quality, we need to be able to be consistent with it over the long term. And also remember, what helps you to get pregnant is good for you while you are pregnant, and it's good for you for the rest of your life. So this should really be more of a sustainable lifestyle for you and not a painful process. My best tip for this is to hit your daily minimums and also include things that you enjoy, like dessert or chocolate, a special type of fruit that you love. Things like this help smooth out the day and make it just a little bit better for you. So if you're someone who's taken out chocolate because you heard that that's not good for you, get yourself a nice, good, organic dark chocolate, melt that up, dip some berries in there for a nice dessert after a meal. That's a great one. If you come to the workshop, I actually do give you some fertility desserts that are awesome and people rave about them, and they're really, really nutritious for you, but they also hit that sweet craving as well. So hit your daily minimums, your protein, your fat. Make sure you're getting dark leafy greens at lunch and dinner. Make sure there's 2 to 3 colors on each plate. Make sure you're eating your fruit 2 to 3 servings per day. And once you're really making sure you're getting these certain nutrients in a certain amount every single day, you can then put in all these other things that you enjoy as well. So there's no ban on desserts when you're trying to conceive. So if you're someone who's taken out sugar completely and all these nice things, there is a way to build that back in while still maintaining a really nutritious, awesome fertility diet to help you get and stay pregnant. So those are some helpful tips on how you can create the perfect fertility diet for you and your body. If you're interested on much more strategy, if you're interested in getting on live and being able to talk with me, make sure you register for the next upcoming live workshop. I'll give you a lot more stuff on fertility diet. I'm even going to give you some recipes too. They're awesome. And I hope to see you there. Make sure you check out the other videos on my channel about fertility diet. I have stuff on fertility foods and all other things. So make sure you check those videos out, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, ladies.